Canelo Alvarez is deceptively fast. So Charlo got to stay defensively responsible. But Jermell Charlo has the faster hands. He throws the faster combinations. He has the reach. He has a fantastic jab. What Bivol did against Canelo, sticking that pole out, he was able to use that to push Canelo back and then let his hands ride as Canelo's going backwards. Jermell Charlo got to look at that Bivol fight very closely. As of right now, I have Jermell Charlo beating Canelo Alvarez. Because of the weaknesses of Jermell, those are fixable. The weakness of Canelo, not so much.
And those are the words of Showbiz the adult. And he has Jermell Charlo beating Canelo Alvarez because his problems are fixable and Canelo's not so much. And we've learned that Bivol was able to do that to Canelo Alvarez, so should Jermell Charlo. And on top of that, he's faster. Let me counterpunch. I agree that Jermell's faster. He has faster hands. But what beats speed? Timing. And I think Canelo has better timing than Jermell Charlo. On top of feints. And I don't think Jermell Charlo will be accustomed to those type of feints that he has. I've also seen Jermell Charlo hurt, okay? And Brian Castano showed us, like, hey, Jermell Charlo, he's a tough kid, but look, he's not invincible. So if anything, I think Canelo can hurt Jermell Charlo. In fact, knock out Jermell Charlo. Because if Brian Castano, being a smaller guy, was able to do it, what do you think Canelo's going to do? And we all know, regardless of if Canelo Alvarez is depleting, if he's past his prime, if he's moving down in forms of reflexes and things of that nature, what's the last thing to go when it deals with fighters? Their power. You better ask George Foreman. George Foreman was just pounding the heavy bag hard as he could at age 74 or 5, right? So I think Canelo will still be able to knock out Jermell Charlo due to the timing. I think it may take him longer, because I agree he's slowing down. I agree. Canelo Alvarez is not that dude of 2 years ago. This wouldn't even be a discussion 2 years ago. This would be laughable, but now it's not. Because we've seen the Bivol fight. We've seen the Gennady Golovkin fight. He went 12 rounds with a 40-year-old. And we've seen the John Ryder fight. So each fight we've seen a constant decline, okay, of Canelo Alvarez. So I don't think that's enough, though. Because someone like Jermell Charlo, yes, he can improve on the things that he can, but I think old habits die hard, okay? Old habits die hard, and I'm saying that because Jermell Charlo is not a Bivol. He's not a Dimitri Bivol. Dimitri Bivol is a rapid-fire, consistent fighter, whereas Jermell Charlo is a guy that constantly looks for a counter. So in that fight, he'll be looking to set up combinations just by waiting on counterpunches versus a counterpuncher. And Canelo, we all know, is a counterpuncher and has some of the best counterpunches in the business. That's what makes his timing so better than Jermell Charlo's speed. I have in Canelo Alvarez knocking out Jermell Charlo. But I think Canelo has to beat Jermell, and if he doesn't, he's the stranger. He's the visitor again. Jermell Charlo's the PBC livestock, okay? So I don't think that something will be in play for Canelo to get his way like he did back in Golden Boy and other fights where people thought it was very questionable. I don't think that Canelo has that luxury no more because he doesn't have Oscar De La Hoya protecting him like that. So I think he would have to, and I don't think a decision will be enough for him because if you don't believe me, look at the Bivol fight. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Canelo Alvarez and Jermell Charlo and my counterpunch, the Showbiz the adult. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!